starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Nawal. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, the Prime Minister isn't letting up. He's doubling down on his message amid the controversy over the smuggling in migrants bill. He says the claims are false and the facts are laid out plainly in that bill. He has one message tonight. Read it for yourself.
Show me in the bill the provision that supports what you're saying is in the bill. They cannot, because it's not there.
Prime Minister Philip Davis calling on Bahamians to not be distracted by what he calls false information being spewed by sides opposite on the recently passed Smuggling in Migrants bill. Both the Free National Movement and the Coalition of Independents have said the bill creates a pathway for asylum for migrants who are smuggled in country. However, the Prime Minister says to check his record on similar issues that he's fought against.
The United States proposed a declaration for the acceptance of migration by each of our countries, right? And most countries signed it. I did not sign it because I understand our peculiar circumstance in relation to migrant and illegal migrants coming into this country. I did not sign it.
He also continues to charge that the humanitarian rights outlined in the bill have always been in place. As the COI alleges, it puts migrants over Bahamians. The Prime Minister says it does not.
If we arrest someone, if we detain someone, right, for illegal landing or being in this country illegally, where do we have to detain them? If we are detaining them, what we do? Should we allow them to hunger to death? If they're sick, we leave them to die in their state of illness. So what these humanitarian provisions have nothing to do with asylum. Have nothing to do with asylum.
He's also pushing back on claims that the bill was fast-tracked through Parliament, noting that where they saw the necessary sound recommendations, the government made amendments.
Well, we've had wide consultation, right? The bill was not just rushed. The bill has been in the making. It was laid from October. We've heard the cries of the Bahamian people. What other consultation it needs?
And if you still have concerns about the bill, the Prime Minister is urging Bahamians to do one thing: read it for yourself.
The migrants' issues are dealt with in other parts of our legislation, the immigration law, the penal code. That is where the issues for the migrant is contained. And the migrant is not excused at all. It does not allow, this law does not speak to any rights of a migrant to enter this country illegally. It doesn't speak to any rights of a migrant who enters this country illegally to remain in this country. The laws of detention, arrest and detention, the deportation remains in place. It is a specific bill to criminalize the smuggling activity of the actors that transport migrants, that collects money for migrants, that arrange safe houses for migrants. That's what the bill is directed at.
Well, this controversial bill making its way to the Senate for second reading committee. Attorney General Ryan Pinder leading debate. In his contribution, he chastised the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Darren Hanfield, for his support to the opposition's objections to the bill, as he said that in his former portfolio, he should, more than anyone else, understand the smuggling in bill's importance, particularly Clause 2, which speaks to the handling of smuggled migrants in the Bahamas. He maintains that there are no special allowances.
Starting in 2018, the bill's right here. The bill clearly had deliberations through the term of the F&M government. As a near final draft nationality, immigration, and asylum bill was prepared, you'll see on this, in 2021, the last year of their administration, ready to go. Met me when I was sworn in. Right there on my desk. Michael Pintard was a senior member of the cabinet of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas who agreed in cabinet to finalize that bill and advance it in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. one that sets out an entire legislative framework for asylum seekers. The
Pin-
F&M plan for asylum.
Pinder also alleging hypocrisy by the opposition Free National Movement, who has continually criticized and spoken out against the bill on the grounds of alleged allowances for asylum for migrants. Pinder has echoed the sentiments of the Prime Minister, the National Security Minister, and others who have categorically denied such allowances, but he also says the last Free National Movement administration was the party to be concerned about on this issue.
Protection and assistance of smuggled migrants is mandated by the United Nations Protocol Against Smuggling and involves urgent care, shelter, food, legal aid, consular services, protection against violence, focusing on the migrants' safety. And nearly every single United Nations member, over 140 countries, have ratified and acceded to this United Nations protocol. On the 9th of April, 2001, is when the Bahamas entered into that protocol. We ratified and acceded to that protocol on the 26th of September, 2008. So tell me how anything in this part is new.
Well, leader of the opposition business in the Senate, Senator Darren Hanfield, in his contribution to the bill, making it clear that the Free National Movement does not support the bill and will repeal it should they be elected as government. Hanfield, who's a former Minister of Foreign Affairs, as the Attorney General pointed out, but also a former member of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, said that the government should focus on ensuring that existing laws are properly adhered to before introducing any new ones.
Problem we have in the Bahamas. We keep bringing new laws. Keep bringing new laws, but things don't get better. You know why? Because we don't enforce the laws that we already have on the book. I see people all the time nowadays. We had it was illegal. We put that in place. It was illegal to be on your cell phone, texting and talking. And I see them all the time. I see people all the time on the streets without seat belts. And they go to the United States, and that's the first thing they do. Put on their seat belts, throwing gas out of the window. You don't do that when you go to America, because you know you want to go back to America.
Hanfield also advising that on these matters, including immigration, it can be emotive. Government, he says, should have been more proactive with public consultation.
You know, but if you had gone out to the public as you ought to have, as we did with the Constitutional Commission, and educated the Bahamian people and listened to their concerns, that's the way policies are directed like this, that are intended to dramatically change, in the opinion of the people, their lives. Perry Christie, the Honorable Perry Christie, former Prime Minister of the Bahamas, a man I respect, sent us to every nook and cranny of the country and said, go talk to Bahamians about how we're trying to reform the Constitution. You know what was amazing? We had some elder gentlemen in some of these far-flung islands who stood and said, look, if my daughter married to a foreigner, let her go with the foreigner. And let her children take the name and the nationality of the foreigner. You believe that? Some Bahamian gentlemen who felt that way. Who felt that way? You know? They felt that way, but you gave them an opportunity to speak their piece.
Well, opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is hitting back tonight at claims from the Progressive Liberal Party that he's, quote, not a true leader, stating that the governing party should be focused on gaining the trust of the Bahamian people. Pintard says from his view, he's seen a number of questionable choices made by the Davis administration, and as the opposition leader, he says he must demand answers for the electorate.
It's nonsense. Again, they are not working on behalf of the Bahamian people. I'm not the issue. The issue is the suffering that the Bahamian people are experiencing, the broken systems that we have that they are not prepared to correct, and the corruption that exists within the Progressive Liberal Party. I identified one yesterday. The Carmichael Road Village is but an example. Here's a government that borrows $20 million from Jamaica. The minister who borrows it had no authority to borrow. They did not come to Parliament with a borrowing resolution. So for them to borrow $20 million, you don't have a borrowing resolution, which is required by the Constitution. You are carrying out an illegal act.
As the general election inches closer, Pintard says his party will continue to investigate deals made under the PLP's tenure, and from his view, he will continue to prove that his leadership is strong.
So this corrupt crew is in no position to characterize who is a leader or not a leader. I can tell you one thing, what we are not is not corrupt. And we intend to open the book so we could see the multiple deals that they have entered into, and we'll follow the money and see who has benefited from it.
News from the courts tonight, a 65-year-old deacon being slammed with a 12-year prison sentence after being convicted of attempted incest against his 11-year-old granddaughter. The conviction stemming from two incidents that reportedly took place at the family's New Providence home back in September of 2019. The Supreme Court heard that the victim and her mother had moved back home after experiencing financial hardship. In passing sentence, Justice Renee McKay says that the man's sexual interest in his 11-year-old granddaughter was disturbing, as she also condemned him for breaching a position of trust. The church leader is expected to spend the next decade and some behind bars at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Meantime, Denargio Thurston will pay the consequences for his 2-year-old son's death after a Supreme Court jury found him guilty of manslaughter by negligence. The conviction coming months after the toddler's mother was sentenced to prison for 1 year after pleading guilty to the same offense. The incident taking place in August of 2023. The toddler died after his neck was caught in the vehicle's electric window as his father drove along Old Trail Road. Bystanders alerted Thurston before he realized that the child was in distress. By the time the vehicle stopped, the toddler had died. Thurston is expected back in court on March 12th of 2026 for sentencing submissions. Meantime, a 33-year-old Bahamian man previously accused of armed robbery here in New Providence, now finding himself trapped in a web of legal troubles in Florida after startling footage from police. Body cam showed him leading authorities on a high-speed chase back on December 4th. The video showing Tamal Bo taking off after a traffic stop, prompting a police pursuit, even as Bo drove in the wrong direction along a busy interstate. Bo eventually crashed but got out of that vehicle. He stole a white van and turned off the road, riding alongside train tracks in his attempt to evade police. Bo ditching that van and running into the woods. Hours later, authorities captured and subsequently arrested him following an on-foot pursuit. He was charged with felony, fleeing and eluding, grand theft auto, resisting without violence, possession of marijuana, and multiple out-of-county warrants. On to now the news tonight. Exuma natives are speaking out for the first time, voicing their support of the controversial Samson Key project that will see an internationally recognized branded hotel being constructed. Our Devontae Hanna visited that island yesterday. He has this report.
Oh yes, I'm really happy. I'm happy about it.
Tonight, bewildered, residents of Exuma say the cloud of controversy surrounding Integra's Samson Key project has nothing to do with them.
Half of the time, we don't even know some of the stuff that is going on with dealing with the sea part of it. We are very confused, and we're just wondering whether people are listening to the natives or they're listening to someone else.
For over a year, Save Exuma Alliance has been involved in a seemingly one-sided feud over environmental issues with Integra Group, which is set to construct a multi-million-dollar Rosewood resort on Samson Key. That has now turned into a contentious legal battle. Yet Integra has steadily pushed forward with its plans, and according to its founder and CEO Felipe McLean, that includes residents at the top of mind.
Our project is going to impact directly 500 jobs, right? But that has a spillover effect, and it's going to impact the lives of the whole community here in Exuma. We are making sure that everything we're doing listening to the Exumians and the community first.
Integra now faces a court-ordered judicial review of the environmental impact assessment. While they are cautiously optimistic, residents are hopeful the work can materialize as quickly as possible.
Yes, we do, 100%. Why do you support it? Because it's going to help us as small businesses in the Keys, the Exuma Keys, and elsewhere. I mean, sometimes it gets so slow, and we really need the help.
And they believe it can breathe new life in their respective communities, no matter how far they live from the proposed project.
I can stand from my house and I can see what they're waiting on the airport, and it's good, it's good. I'm glad and I appreciate what the government is doing.
And McLean says that desire for a stronger Exuma is what keeps them going.
The only way this project is going to have success is if we keep being very close with the community, working with them, understanding what they need.
Devontae Hanna, Eyewitness News.
Meantime, the Small Business Development Company, along with other government organizations, hosting a town meeting in Cat Island last night, bringing residents up to speed on business opportunities and infrastructural upgrades, as government officials say they're focused on revitalization. Executive Director of the SBDC, Samantha Roll, announcing exactly how much money the organization has pumped out to Cat Island businesses while making budding entrepreneurs aware of the opportunities that will be available.
Over $250,000 in businesses today on Cat Island. We've done that through a number of financing opportunities, whether it's grant funding. Grant funding means that there's no repayment.
There you go.
Grant funding means there is absolutely no repayment. However, we do realize that there are larger capacity financial needs when it comes to businesses. And so then we offer access to business loans. But in offering that access to business loans and through our financial partners, we then also guarantee those business loans.
Wow.
And so we have our flagship, which is the Guaranteed Loan Program. It offers up to $500,000 in funding. We guarantee, SBDC becomes your guarantor on behalf of the government of the Bahamas, up to 75% of that funding. And in special cases where there are specific industries, whether it is agriculture, clean energy, those types of industries, we offer up to $1 million in business loan, and then we guarantee up to 90% of that funding.
Meanwhile, Ministry of Works highlighting that upgrades are not only underway for the roads of Cat Island, but major work to the new Bight Airport as well.
Currently, we are working on the roads and the airports. The roads, we are installing approximately 95 miles of new S1, that's FDOT specification pavement from Orange Creek down to the south in Port Howe and then to Macquees, and also the settlement roads. Also, the airports, we'll be improving the new Bight Airport to ICAO standard. The length is 7,000 by 100 feet with the necessary aids that would assist aircraft in landing.
Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Ion News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, the U.S. Embassy making a generous donation. We'll tell you all about it coming up after this break. And later tonight, we're on day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. To win, you have to watch. We'll be back right after this.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
The best Christmas memories aren't the ones posted, they're the ones that stay. So whether you're here for the original memes or spicy moments, gather round for the memories that truly matter. Share 8 juicy pieces of KFC chicken with your favorite sides and our new coconut dessert biscuits, a holiday treat made to share. Enjoy Christmas without a filter or dish duty, but with the moments that are full of flavor. KFC's Festive Feast, starting at $20. Finger licking good.
This car sexy. I need to upgrade, eh?
That's easy. Just apply for a cash and go loan. Once approved, you're in the giveaway.
This second, this lady even got no Bluetooth. You want some presents?
Yes.
No. I guess ain't nobody getting presents this year.
This Christmas, trade up. Get approved for a loan at Cash and Go and enter to win this brand new Kia.
For carpets, bed sheets, and bath mats, there's a place I know. For shower curtains, comforters, and window curtains, only one place to go. Fixing your home or automotive, that's no fuss. We'll put a smile on your face, come and shop with us. For all you need and more, shop at AIE for Christmas.
Matching pajamas, Junkanoo, decorating contest, or caroling with the crew. However you Christmas, do it your way. With a Christmas loan from Bank of the Bahamas, you get the funds you need to celebrate the way you want. Plus, a chance to win one of 3 shopping sprees. Apply today at www.bankbahamas.com or email us at loans@bankbahamas.com. Christmas your way with BOB, your bank of solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your gas tracker. Esso $5.34. Shell coming in at $5.35. Rubis still the highest tonight, $5.46. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, Bahamas Power and Light Company says power has now been fully restored across Abaco after an extended island-wide outage tied to issues at the Wilson City Power Station. Crews working throughout the night completed the staged restoration efforts and load testing a replacement compressor. Power was restored to the station just after 2 a.m. and by 3:25, most of mainland Abaco and its surrounding keys were back online. PPL officials, however, say small areas in Hopetown and White Sound remain without service due to an unrelated cable fault. Specialized equipment is being transported to the area and crews are continuing repairs this morning to bring the remaining consumers back online. Meantime, major energy news coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister transforming how power is produced and delivered across 3 family islands. That includes Cat Island, Long Island, and San Salvador. They're set to undergo a major transition toward cleaner, more reliable electricity. This comes through a new partnership between Joaquim Construction Logistics and Rosewall Energy toward the newly launched Renewin Company as nearly $45 million. They're aimed at modernizing each island's energy system. Operations Manager Lamore Bingham says the project represents a turning point for communities that have long faced aging infrastructure and high energy cost.
On these islands, we've already cleared land. We have already did geotechnical studies, which will help us in our finalization, our final pile designs for the solar panels, as well as finalizing the last steps on the equipment that will be used. We will utilize a hybrid clean energy design, which means that it combines solar PV, which are the panels, battery storage, and natural gas generation, to serve as a cleaner, more reliable replacement for the aging diesel systems. So, with this approach, the installation from a hybrid standpoint will ensure that a stable power will be granted day and night, during storms, and during high demand periods. This project supports reliable electricity, affordable power supply, a modern, cleaner grid, reduce reliance on imported fuels, and stronger energy security for our family islands. Through this 25-year PPA, or Power Purchase Agreement, with the government of the Bahamas, we know that what is being built is long-term. It's a long-term solution to support the growth in tourism, small businesses, and residential and community developments on each island.
Time CEO Dan Roscoe says their plan, which includes collaboration with the Bahamas Power and Light Company, will roll out over the next 2 years and focuses on technology built for the future. Roscoe says integrating advanced renewable technologies from solar generation, in addition to modern battery storage system solutions, will assist reduction on the reliance on diesel and produce cleaner power and stability.
As the ocean is warming and hurricanes are getting more challenging, both here and in Nova Scotia, we need to design our systems to be future compliant. We are working with solar power as it is clean, local, cost stable, and it is the backbone of these projects in reducing emissions and increasing the affordability of the energy that we're deploying. Battery systems are quickly changing the way that we produce electricity. They are faster and better in almost every aspect than their fossil fuel counterparts. So they, along with the solar, combine to make a very powerful electricity and reliable electricity source. In addition, we are also bringing clean natural gas to these projects to backstop the solar and the battery to create a fully reliant system, as Lamar said, that will replace the diesel generation that's currently the primary source on these islands.
Well, more relief is on the way for those impacted by Hurricane Melissa. At a ceremony at the U.S. Embassy, the newly arrived Ambassador Herschel Walker presented a $500,000 grant to the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. The funding will help support shelter, water, and sanitation efforts across the country in the storm's aftermath. Accepting the grant on behalf of the IFRC were Program and Operations Director Ria Pierre and also Bahamas Red Cross President Edison Sumner.
Other assistance programs that will enable families to purchase construction materials and to repair their homes, and these materials, I might add, are going to be purchased from local vendors, which supports our economy even further, preserving dignity, ensuring safety, and speedy repair to their homes and restoring them to normal life.
Materials will allow families to restore their basic safety and rebuild their lives. Priority will be given to households which have been damaged, single-parent families, the elderly, children, pregnant women, and those who are living with disabilities. Across all activities, the goal remains the same. No community is left behind.
Well, along with officials from the Red Cross and the Disaster Management Authority, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper also on hand. He extended the government's gratitude to the U.S. Embassy on behalf of the Bahamian people, noting the long-standing relationship between the Bahamas and the United States. Ambassador Walker echoing those sentiments, emphasizing the strength and history of the partnership.
And I've heard about the effort that the embassy has done to support the Bahamas, both in preparation for and in response to Hurricane Melissa, mobilizing private planes to evacuate islands in harm's way, and then providing overflight and other critical information to target relief efforts to affected communities, and providing essential relief supplies to the Bahamas Red Cross to support those who are in need most. That's how friendship behave in a crisis. Families in southern Bahamas carry out essential repairs to their homes, allowing them to return home safely. It will also enable the Bahamas Red Cross to replenish stocks of essential supplies, including cots, hygiene kits, blankets, and other household goods ahead of future hurricanes.
Well, the Integra Group providing some 170 care packages to families in Exuma as a part of the developer's ongoing efforts to impact the residents that live there. The company also putting a smile on the face of dozens of students as well, providing them with early Christmas gifts straight from the North Pole, Chief Santa Claus. Integra's founder and CEO Felipe McLean says these continuous initiatives is just a part of their desire to be a part of that community.
We're making sure that each kid receives a gift. We were also with we also know what they want, know what they need. So I think that everybody's going to be very happy with this what we're doing this year, and we look forward to keep doing this and always improving. We want to touch lives here in the Exuma. This is just something small that we're doing, but as you know, we've impacted already the clinics, we've impacted already the schools. Now we're impacting their holidays. We're happy to be here, happy to be close with the community. Our project only succeeds if the Exuma and the community success. So we're very happy with this and looking forward to it.
Well, the initiative taking the Integra team as far as Farmers Key to Staniel Key and its final stop in Black Point. Residents on the island, including the principal of the Farmers Key All-Aid School and its local government council members, welcomed the initiative, citing that it makes them pleased to be recognized.
Gift is always a good motivation to help kids to do better, because I know when I was a little boy growing up, my parents always used to say, if you do good in school, you're going to get a Christmas present. But if you don't do good, don't look for no present.
It's nothing like it, to see you guys remember us. The world is so big. You have so many other parts of the world that Rosewood could have chosen. And to come this part of the world, the Bahamas and the Exuma, and I'm going to be selfish, Little Farmers Key, it's awesome. It's an awesome and very, 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 very sweet, sentimental touch.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, police are sending a warning to criminals this holiday season. We'll tell you all about it right after this.
Twas the night before Christmas. The stage was set. Big Bang arrived. The biggest yet. Fantasy 5 flashing. Those 5 balls glow. Quick draw. Lotto making winners flow. The island erupting. The cheers grow bigger. Santa laughed out loud. Our balls are bigger. From Moneyland's heart, the truth was clear. At Island Luck, winners live here.
It's an island love Christmas. Joy's in the air. Jackpots are rising. There's luck everywhere. No snow on the ground, just sunshine and cheer. It's an island love Christmas. Best time of year.
Big Bang, December 20th. See you there.
It's time to eat, drink, and be merry. Super value and quality supermarkets. Ginger Evans flour, 5 pounds, $3.69. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Fresh limes, 3 for 99 cents. Fresh celery, $2.89 each. Plus, we have a full selection of the best turkeys, smoked and spiral hams, stuffing, fruitcakes, and all of the festive trimmings that you love at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Janae's Chesapeake Road Christmas Wonderland is open. Get up to 40%, yes, 40% off decorations this season. Christmas trees in a variety of sizes and colors, and decorated by choosing from the largest variety of Christmas decorations in town. Musical LEDs and laser lights, ornaments, lighted angels and Santas, garlands, wreaths, tree skirts, stockings, and lots and lots more. Oh, the array of flowers and picks choices. Don't forget the toys. Up to 40% off things Christmas at Janae's. Restrictions apply. Check out some selections online at janae's.com.
Ready to insure your ride? Our new website is ready for you. Visit jsjohnson.com. Select coverages, go to motor, and click Get a Quote. We have made it easier than ever to request a quote online. Fill in all the required fields. When you're done, hit submit. You'll receive a response via email within 24 hours. Visit jsjohnson.com today.
It's a Holy Frosty Christmas, and Wendy's and Coke is bringing the chill. This year, when you upgrade any Wendy's combo to a large, you can instantly win big with the Upgrade and Win Christmas giveaway. We're talking travel gift cards, gadgets, holiday treats, and prizes that make your Holy Frosty Christmas shine. Just upgrade your favorite lunch combo, scan the QR code on your receipt to enter, and let the holiday magic begin. Enjoy great tasting food and win big this Christmas with Wendy's and Coca-Cola's Upgrade and Win. Rules and restrictions apply.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, at Garventine's Primary School, one student is showing what it truly means to give back this holiday season. For Emily Forbes, Garventine's Primary's head girl and student of the year, service isn't just a title. She says it's a mission, and this week she stepped forward in a big way, donating a 55-inch television and laminated from the school's wish list specifically to support the autism department. The gift coming through her own community initiative, the Emily Cares Foundation.
I would like to present to you two of the things off of the autism unit wish list. With this, I hope that they can all realize that everyone is different and special, and that their uniqueness does not make them no less, and that they still deserve the very best.
Okay, on behalf of the staff and the student of the Center for Autism, I want to say thank you so much. We really appreciate your kindness, and your gift will be very beneficial for our kids and for the center. Thank you very much.
And Emily, on behalf of Garventine's Primary and Emily's Care Foundation, we thank you for the generosity and thank you about the unit here at Garventine's Primary. They'll greatly appreciate it and it'll be used daily. Okay, thank you so much, Emily and Emily's Care Foundation.
Such a great initiative. Well, more holiday tips coming in from members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. This time, they're concerned about how you may be shopping this season. It can be a very fast-paced time as you rush to get those last-minute gifts for your loved ones. But according to Police Press Liaison Chief Superintendent Sharia King, she's admonishing you to take the necessary precaution.
The public is, as you shop and you go out shopping, to make certain that you keep your bags, that is your shopping bags, as well as your purse, close to you in crowded areas. When you return to the car, be vigilant as you look around to see who is around you as you enter your car, and make certain that you have your keys ready. Stay parked in a lit area, and make certain that you turn off and lock your cars every single time you exit your vehicle, even if you're just going for a short minute.
She also shared these tips for post-shopping and gift wrapping at home.
When you have these extravagant, expensive gifts like TVs and tablets and PlayStations, do not throw away the boxes in the garbage bin outside of your home. That is just an indication for criminal activity. If you can, throw them in a public dumpster or tear up the boxes small enough so that they can fit in your garbage bin. And so those are the public safeties I'd like to extend. Additionally, when you're shopping, make certain that you do not take, when you return to your vehicle, that you secure your items, not in the inside of the car where persons can see inside the car with your shopping bags, but secure them in your trunk. Bahamas Police Force is always committed to making certain that the Bahamas is safe, and in doing so, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a festive season from the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Well, it's day 3 of the Eyewitness News 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. It's one that's sure to have you walking away with style this holiday season. Our Delano Roker has the details tonight.
On the third day of the Eyewitness News Christmas, we're showcasing hometown style with Island Souls, a brand proving that fashion can be designed, crafted, and celebrated right here at home through Bahamian footwear.
You know, Island Souls is all about creating and manufacturing high quality items right here at home, world class quality items right here at home. I think a lot of times Bahamians may feel that they have to look outside of the country in order to really get quality, and that's simply not the case because Island Soul exists. And, you know, they have done such a great job so far of manufacturing such quality pieces as you see behind me. And it's a great opportunity for local businesses to continue supporting and growing.
And with the holiday season in full swing, Island Souls is rolling out amazing shopping deals, giving customers the chance to find gifts that are both stylish and meaningful.
We have male and female options, as you see behind us. We're currently in the middle of our holiday rollout, and so every week this month of December, there are going to be new product drops, lots of quality items. I can't stress that enough. We have a new collection called the O. Andrus collection, which features the crab. It happens to be my very favorite. We're talking about high quality leather, very well thought out detailed designs, and they're great for gifting. So if you are, you know, looking for something for your mom, your sister, your aunt, or your husband or your boyfriend, whoever, there's something here at Island Souls for you.
The brand is also encouraging shoppers to stop by, try on a pair, and discover that special shoe, guaranteed to make a statement this Christmas.
This is often the time where we're thinking about, you know, really celebrating our loved ones being together. And I think if your love language is gift giving or gift receiving, this is definitely the place for you to be. There's so many options available for everyone. And so I want to encourage everyone to come down to Island Souls here in the Harbor Bay Plaza and see what's in stock, see what, you know, what catches your eye, and get ready to be gifting.
Now, I don't know about you, but I love a good shoe. It's a compliment to any good outfit. Now, I know tonight is not about me. It's about the viewers at home. And I know you're all wondering, what are you possibly going to win here tonight? And it's called the Miss Nassau Sandal. Now, if you can tell me where it's actually produced, you possibly can win this prize tonight. Reporting from Island Souls, I'm Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Delano. And I wear a size 8.5 or 9, the colorful shoes in every color. Added to my wish list. Stay right with us. Laurencia is off the top with a check on sports right after this break.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. The Don't Blink Home Run Derby week officially kicked off Wednesday with a youth baseball and softball camp over at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium. The kids camp marks the first in a lineup of events leading up to the main attraction, the Don't Blink Home Run Derby, known as the greatest show on sand. Now, about 400 kids ages 5 to 18 took part in the one-day clinic, learning fundamentals from former and current professional players. Co-founders and childhood friends Todd Isaac Jr. and Lucius Fox have spent the last 8 years growing the Derby, finding new, exclusive, and fun ways to engage coaches, partners, and fans. They both highlight why it was so important for them to host this camp.
To be able to bring all the top baseball players, softball players there for our kids to see them, spend time with them, ask them questions, just realize that they're just like each other. So, that right there is seen as believing. So for us, if they can see it, spend time with them, then they know they could achieve it as well.
Get better. They have the best of the best here instructing them, so it's a beautiful thing. I'm pleased with the turnout, and we just want this thing to keep on growing.
The action continues with a golf tournament over at Bahamas Royal Blue Golf Course. Then on Friday, a celebrity softball game, an official after party set for the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. First pitch at 8 p.m. And then the grand finale. The Home Run Derby taking over Montague Beach on Saturday. The greatest show on sand begins at 1:30 p.m. Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
'Twas the night before Christmas. The stage was set. Big Bang arrived. The biggest yet. Fantasy 5 flashing. Those 5 balls glow. Quick draw, lotto making winners flow. The island erupting, the cheers grow bigger. Santa laughed out loud, our balls are bigger. From Moneyland's heart, the truth was clear. At Island Luck, winners live here.
It's an island luck Christmas. Joy's in the air. Jackpots are rising. There's luck everywhere. No snow on the ground, just sunshine and cheer. It's an island luck Christmas. Best time of year.
Big Bang, December 20th. See you there. You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news this Thursday, but coming up and Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller, a look at all of this week's top stories, along with her panel of guests that's coming up and Beyond the Headlines that starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. From all of us, I'm Janae Noel. Have a great evening, everyone, and be safe.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, Attorney General Ryan Pinder pulls the F&M's card. He did so today as the F&M is preparing to host a Smuggling of Migrants live panel tonight. Also tonight, many of you have said to me that you want more information on the smugglers bill. Linton Ritchie spoke with Prime Minister Davis on the bill, and we hear from the Prime Minister. Also, here's a question for you, a legitimate one. Is Prime Minister Davis a Prime Minister who looks out for Haitians more than he does Bahamians? Well, that's been a claim, so we get behind that for you as well. It's all straight ahead tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Attorney General Ryan Pinder laying some startling information on the Senate floor to the former administration's intent on granting asylums. We will, of course, hear from Attorney General Senator Pinder right now.
Immigration asylum bill for 2021 for the entire Commonwealth of the Bahamas to see what the F&M administration was doing when it comes to asylum and nationality in this country. Hear, hear. ISO table.
Ordered that the document do lie on the table.
I remind the Bahamian people. I have read the excerpt from the cabinet conclusion that requested the bill. Right? I remind the Bahamian people that Senator Darren Henfield sat in the cabinet, that the Honorable Kwesi Thompson sat in the cabinet, that the Honorable Hubert Minnis was Prime Minister of the country, and that Michael Pintard was a senior member of the cabinet of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas who agreed in cabinet to finalize that bill and advance it in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Mr. Vice President. I remind the Bahamian people who they were. That is what an asylum bill looks like, Mr. Vice President. One that sets out an entire legislative framework for asylum seekers. The F&M plan for asylum, their adoption of radical legislation on this topic. This is not an asylum bill. This is not an asylum bill. This is what an asylum bill looks like. This is not an asylum bill.
Well, there you have it, Attorney General Pinder speaking out not for the first time on this smugglers bill, but also saying that, you know, when it comes to making provision or strengthening what is already on the books in terms of granting migrants and refugees asylum, this smugglers bill 2025 does not do that. But a previous bill under the previous administration does. Well, I'm going to bring this now to the panelists this evening to get their thoughts, to get their response even to what the Attorney General Senator said in the Senate earlier today. Again, this is an emotive topic. This has been what everybody is talking about for at least a week now. And we want to be able to be responsible in getting the information out there and reading what's there, whether it's a bill, whether it's what's being said through the government and any other thing that's happening out there in the public space. And so we're going to do that this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines contributors Ellington Ferguson and Cassius Stewart. Hello to you, gentlemen. It's good to have you both here. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. It's a pleasure to be here once again.
Hi, team. It's always good to see you all. Bahamas is so good to be here once again, and I love you all. So let's have a good time, Ellington.
Yeah, let's just jump right in. Gentlemen, you all heard the Attorney General. I guess he was saving that for when the bill reached the Senate. It's there now, and you all heard what he said, though. You all heard his I don't know if to call them claims, allegations. I mean, he had receipts, so you heard what he said was sort of being put on the table before now in terms of something that I guess made more room for asylum. Ellington or Cassius, jump in first and just give your initial response to what Ryan Pinder is saying.
I mean, it's mind-boggling, you know, and I supported some of the calls that Mr. Michael Pintard had called for as it relates to some of the provisions to be kind of reworded. And I'm happy that the government listened to not only the opposition, but to the people of the Bahamas and did that. But the level of hypocrisy that's involved here, as I was able to scan just a small bit of the document that Ryan Pinder revealed, I mean, where they had some of the same provisions as it relates to provide provisions for people that they have now questioning the government on and releasing people while their case is pending into the community, awaiting asylum. I mean, all of that encourages this thing. And so the level of hypocrisy, knowing that you had something of this same provision in the making, is just that you were called into a snap election and wasn't able to push this piece of legislation forward. So I'm very unimpressed with the opposition with this. I think they should be more transparent, and they should speak to the fact of what they were intending to do and not try to argue some of the provisions that are in this piece that the Progressive Liberal Party government is putting forth that also existed in the document that they were planning to bring to the Bahamian people. It's very disconcerting. It's very...
And you don't have to take me or my panel's word for it, or even Ryan Pinder's. There is a bill floating about, certainly on WhatsApp, and I'm sure in any of the multiple groups you're in, you would see that bill. It's a bill that's dated, is it 2021?
2021.
A bill that's dated 2021. In fact, the bill, I'll tell you what it's called. That way, if it's a fake, anyone can step up and speak to it and appear on the show next week. It is called FNM, and I'm not sure if this was the full name then, but FNM Nationality, Immigration and Asylum Bill 2021.
And it was tabled in the Senate, so
it was tabled, and it's a 14-page document. And so this is what has been sent around, and this is what he based a lot of his comments on earlier today. Cassius?
Well, they get catch. They get catch lying. They get and see what has happened is that they're so duplicitous, right? The leadership team of the FNM, they're very duplicitous. They did not really believe that this bill was bad, but just because the crowd was chanting one thing, they figured they'd go in with the crowd and follow the foolishness of the crowd. Leadership doesn't follow the crowd. Truth is truth. You cannot bend the truth. You cannot remake the truth. If it is a lie, then yes. But what they were trying to do is they were just trying to follow the crowd. And now they get caught because they're the ones who was pushing the real asylum bill. The bill that we're now talking about was basically just trying to strengthen the borders. Mm-hmm. And had they known that, the argument they were having is, these people willingly know they were coming to the Bahamas. Why can't you prosecute the people who willingly know they come to the Bahamas? Mm-hmm. Here's the problem with that. International Convention prohibits you from prosecuting people who are smuggled. But let's just say we decide to prosecute them, and we said, okay, we're charging everybody on the boat. Mm-hmm. You get 500 people who come on the boat, 2 of the smugglers. That's 700 people. Where you could put them when you charge all of them? Then tomorrow another 500 come. That's 1,000 people now. Which part of Fox Hill Prison you could put them in?
Yeah.
If you charge them under the penal code. Because once you charge them, they can't go to the detention center. They got to go to Fox Hill Prison. And so you got to be sensible when you come into the table, the leader of the opposition. And so the FNM leadership is really, really wanting. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're out to sea. And I think they really need to check, the party need to check their leadership, because they just throwing anything at the wall and hoping it sticks. You bring your plans, bring your platform to the table so that you could win the people over. But this garbage, just trying to follow the crowd, it can't work. Stop lying to the people and you get catch.
No, I'll tell you this, because, as a journalist, I've been that before I was a talk show host, you all. And
a very good one at that.
Thank you very, very much. Because the thing is, you always want to get to the truth and be in the middle of the road and present the information, and you decide. And many of you have said to me just this week, and I'm talking people who sit in high office and those who are just the everyday Bahamian wanting to know more. And you say you want to know more. So, gentlemen, before we move on, let's talk about what took place on the show just this week. I think it may have been Wednesday night, if not Wednesday, Tuesday night. In fact, I think Tuesday evening, with the Minister of National Security. The Minister of National Security said, listen, besides insisting that this bill in no which way addresses asylum or makes provision for it in the Bahamas, there is a clause for that in the immigration law, and it works just fine. It's not what's up for debate or amendment here. He talked about U.S. officials. See, let's get right to the real meat of the thing that everybody seemed to be just blind to until the U.S. say, guess what, your visas squashed, like or any other thing. But let's discuss for a moment the fact that the Minister of National Security said they were interviewed and also had meetings with U.S. law enforcement officials about the level of smuggling in Bahamian waters that's ending up on their shores and infiltrating their borders.
Yeah, but see, I mean, I agree. I was there. I listened to the minister, and the minister laid it out properly. I just think that the people in opposition are being disingenuous. It is okay to agree with the government if the government is right. They got their followers now calling me a Jack A, and I's a sellout, and I've been bought, but I'm waiting for the check. You know, nobody give me if I've been bought. And so for
But
me,
that is, and stick a pin right there. You all raise your level of intelligence, eh?
You understand?
Raise your level of conversation and participation, because it's good. It's good that you are participating in this season, especially. Pay attention to what the PLP, the FNM, and any other grouping and any other political organization, the COI, are doing. Pay good attention. But do so sensibly, man.
Absolutely.
Do not show up to the table as a fully dunce individual. Do not do that. When you say this show is a sellout and the PLP paying me, I wish they would. Because believe me, but what I'm saying, let me not dumb down the discussion here. No, let's not go there. Let's not dumb it down. Let's keep it right here. This is not a fully done show. And so my thing is what I'm saying to you out there with your stupidity and that narrative you continue to push out there. When you decide that you are going to become an intelligent, informed Bahamian, it's going to take your participation. And not just to be on social media writing something and trying to find the funniest, most stupid, most asinine thing to say. No, let's be intelligent, informed persons, because it's your nation that I'm speaking about and trying to save. If this government was trying to slip something between and behind all of under our noses, certainly this show and these people that I have no influence over, I have no influence over any of my panelists to encourage, influence, inspire them to say one thing over the next, particularly when it's very clear in the room. And so what's clear in the room for all of us, and particularly me, is the fact that, one, this bill is extremely necessary and it needs to happen. The U.S. officials have now been paying attention to what the Bahamas is doing in terms of smuggling, and the fact that they're up to now, in this bill that's being debated in the Senate, there's been no law to punish in any real meaningful ways a smuggler. Now, the person who was smuggled falls under in a different category, because you heard Cassius mention the fact of UN conventions. You can't treat them as a criminal. They fall under illegal immigrant in the Bahamas. And that has its law. Immigration deals with that. But you all, listen, seriously. Bahamians is a running joke. Prove them wrong in 2026. Here's how you prove them wrong. Start reading. Start paying attention to news sources that are credible and that are official. I'm not saying you don't play around on social media. Social media is a fun game at times, but that can't be your only source. It cannot be your only source. Go ahead, Cassius.
So, like I said, thank you, Sushinik. Like I was saying, it's if you don't agree with the crowd, then you become a sellout, like you said. And so, but you have to be informed. The Bahamian people got to step their game up, because a lady called me, round me out, tell me I this and I that, but she ain't never read the bill. She wouldn't listen to what somebody said. I said, miss, I read it 3 times, and I'm telling you, and she's adamant, because the people out there who's supposed to be the leaders, they are now spewing this foolishness and causing hysteria, and the people love it, because the Bahamian people thrive of this kind of thing. They love hysteria. They love this kind of thing, and so on. That's why they go on downtown yesterday, because they love this kind of thing. And so for me though, you have to be informed. I'm too old now to play games. I'm too old now for
Where
foolishness.
would you all ever let the PLP, and mind you, I'm using them because they are the ones in the chair.
Right.
Okay? It could have been anybody, the Free National Movement, anyone. Bring in 50,000 illegal Haitians, rush them through naturalization. That means citizenship, y'all. And so that they could stack the deck in their favor to win an election. Where would you or me ever allow that to happen? Tell me, let's make it make sense.
And Shanique, in the face of what you just said, allow me to say this: to bringing in them or seeking to bring them in to do this, while over the last 4 years, returning to their home over 13,000. Repatriating to their homes over 13,000. One thing we've got to understand what's happening in this region, and we must secure Bahamians' right. And I allude to the fact when our immigration and we become compromised with outsiders, then we Bahamians begin to experience difficulty in their travel. The Bahamian document start to be more scrutinized. And so that is one of the things that we've got to be careful of as leaders in this country when we put things out there, when we put untruths out there to the world, because the world is watching and the world is listening to what we put out there.
Listen to me, you all. Cassius, we're going to a break. You will have the first word when I come back. Being a fully dunce individual is not attractive or appealing in 2025, 2026 and beyond. Let's not do that. In these groups, I know you all like to hear each other talk and see each other speak and all the rest of it, but we can agree to disagree, you know. Just make sure that you are disagreeing on something that is sound, something that is measured, something you yourself have taken the time to investigate, weigh in,
Absolutely.
And then make your conclusions. But don't do so because you just figure you flowing with the wind. Come on, man. Fully dunce behavior. Beyond the Headlines is backward after this. Stay close.
Welcome to Sunburst Super Christmas Sale, where you buy 5 and get 1 free. Prices start at just $28.95 for top quality wall paints and high gloss oil paints for $55.95 a gallon. Lucky customers get a chance to win a 42-inch TV every Saturday starting now. The drawing will take place at Sunburst Paints the first week of December. You can also have a chance to win one of 2 65-inch TVs during the month of December. So hurry on down to Sunburst Paints on Harold Road, where you buy 5 and get 1 free. Happy holidays, everybody!
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the faint place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. 1 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in this evening, and I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. You have told me whether you are a doctor, whether you are someone in some other high office or whether you're the average person on the street, you want more information. I think that you are absolutely genuine in that, and I'm trying to bring more information on the smugglers or smuggling of migrants bill 2025. I hope you all tuned into the first segment and saw what the Attorney General had to say. And don't believe him. Go find that bill that he's referring to and read it for yourself. Don't even believe me. Watch me. Absolutely. Be informed. Weigh it is what I'm saying and weigh it against what's there and been tabled and in the annals of history in terms of our parliament. But this is what we're discussing this evening. We're going to move forward very shortly. But Cassius, I know before the break, welcome back, by the way, my panelists, Ellington Ferguson and Cassius Stewart. Cassius, I know before the break you wanted to jump in and say something.
You can hear me?
Yes, now I can.
I forget what I was going to say.
Well, it's okay. Let's move it. Let's move it forward. You should write that down during the break. Let's move it forward, though. Listen, again, spending considerable time on this smugglers bill because I want to do the responsible thing. Okay, truly I do. Like the truth, or somewhere in between there, must get out so that you can decide. Prime Minister Davis is pushing back against what he describes as misinformation, heightened fears surrounding the government's smuggling of migrants bill, a controversial piece of legislation that has ignited national debate, protests, and questions about the country's approach to migration and crime. We get this from Linton Ritchie Jr., and then we come back and talk about it.
Unfortunately, the narrative has been hijacked by persons with their own personal agenda.
Prime Minister Philip Davis shutting down critics who say the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025 will create loopholes for asylum seekers or fast-track the process of gaining Bahamian citizenship. This as protesters once again called on government to axe the bill. Flooding Parliament Square in protest, the group made up of coalition of independent supporters displaying their dissatisfaction with the legislation passed earlier this week. COI leader Lincoln Bain noting, despite the removal of the formal Section 11, which spoke to the immunity of prosecution for smuggled migrants, immigrants still won't be charged.
You still can't arrest them. You still can't put any charges on them because of the principle of non-refoulement.
However, government officials confirmed that smuggled migrants will still feel the full brunt of the Immigration Act, making way for prosecution. Opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard also chiming in, taking issue with the clauses that speak to assistance for victims. He says the government should have been more vocal to the electorate on the bill.
Be no benefit given to migrants that Bahamians do not enjoy, as is the case with the provision relative to health care. They ought to have withdrawn it and engaged the public in a proper way, and it should have been certainly more comprehensive.
The nation's chief pushing back, calling on the opposition leader to what he says understands the laws that are already in place.
Under our present law, if we arrest someone and we have them in custody, migrant or not migrant, we have to feed them while in our custody. If they fall sick whilst in our custody, we have to ensure that they get proper medical attention.
Now, with the uproar, Davis called on the electorate to put his leadership under a microscope.
I mean, who could believe that a government headed by me, right, would allow laws to provide the laws to be broken even further? Just look at my conduct.
Davis suggests that there were some shortcomings on government's end.
We perhaps could have been more clear in our communication strategy and or to ensure. But the matter is so straightforward to us.
And there you have it, Ellington and Cassius. It's just what I said. You know, I'm not the mouthpiece for an administration. What I am is the mouthpiece for common sense and for you Bahamian who really wants to be informed. If you do want to be informed, let's make it make sense. Yes. Philip Brave Davis certainly would not be speaking and standing there as boldly as he did a moment ago. But I said it, and first time I saw that story was tonight when the three of us watched it together, and many of you saw that in the news last night. I did not have that on the show last night. Who would be as silly or as fully dunce as a leader in this nation to go and figure that he is going to stack the deck in his favor to bring in tens of thousands of illegal immigrants, fake and say they come for asylum, quickly get them citizenship, quickly get them voters' cards and passports, and they in. Who would do that? Who would allow it?
Shanique, the problem is the leader of the opposition seems to be out to lunch because what you're talking about, we got to provide the same provisions for Bahamians. He knows that when you're apprehended, whether you're locked up, whether you're a foreigner or a Bahamian or whoever, once you're in the custody of the Bahamas government, they got to take care of you. That's just universal, basic healthcare rights, basic from the United Nations, no matter where you are. So if I'm a Bahamian, if I get locked up in Timbuktu, they got to feed me. If they don't feed me and they have a proper government, and I could sue that government.
And if you fall sick, they got to give you health care.
Sued the Bahamas government for being arrested and bad treatment and so on. We've been sued before. Michael knows that.
Times.
But he's just trying to be stupid. I'm sorry I could say that. And play along with the crowd. But you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to understand, leader of the opposition, use common sense. And I'm sick of it because they're not using common sense. And they got a whole bunch of people out there who ain't taking the time to read, who ain't taking the time to understand, coming at me and Shanique as if we doing something wrong. And we're just trying to tell
y'all
them
can come all y'all want. Let me tell you something. What I'm going to always do, whether it's the PLP, the FNM, the COI, if it's something that I feel as though it needs to be spoken to in a measured, sensible way where a balanced approach is being presented, guess who's going to do it? Every single time. And I'm going to make sense of whatever the thing, the topic, the headline, the trending issue is out there. And so again, gentlemen, as we are, and I'll let you jump in a second, Ellington, as we are saying, truly, who is, now of course you mentioned about when our people go and sneak into wherever we do, we are very happy when a government, an administration, and an embassy is kind to us or our family members. It happens anywhere else in the world.
Absolutely.
If we are there legally or not, or visitors, whatever it is. And that's exactly what must be done according to UN conventions. And just human rights, basic human rights. Ellington?
And Shanique, I know a number of people, Bahamians, that do this, and they are afforded the basic human rights in other countries that they go, United States being one of the main countries. And we're going to see legislation. And I knew when I listened to this legislation, I knew that the legislation was not just something that was conjured up locally. It's a regional thing. And our neighbors to the north who have some concerns, and you see the approach that they've been taking to people who run illegal narcotics into their country, and they've also been taking the illegal smuggling of humans very seriously. Okay, they've been taking, and also the forcing people to travel. They've been taking all of these things very, very seriously. And I'm sure that the conversation, especially since the new ambassador has been here, conversation has been had to this effect. And we've had the charge d'affaires here prior to that. And this conversation has been ongoing. So this is nothing that's happening in a vacuum. Okay?
But Shanique, can I add something?
Yes, sir.
Historical records in the Bahamas is showing that the Baines came to the Bahamas as a vineyard and they were smuggled into the Bahamas. That's historical records, right? So if you're on, you're talking with Haitians coming to the Bahamas, the Baines changed their name from Obiniards to Baines. They were not Bahamians, they're Haitians. They came in through Harbor Island, they paid the guard, got some land in Cat Island, according to historical records in the Bahamas. So if you want to talk about who been smuggled, talk about who really been smuggled. So, when you want to talk about fixing the country, fix the country correctly. Don't use hysteria to try and fix the country. Because when you're looking at the person sitting next to you, maybe Asian, they may have a Bahamian name, but they may be Asian descent.
More than likely
they
are.
Next to you.
More than likely they are, because it's been an intertwining and a mixing for decades now.
From the 1800s.
And as you're right, and you're very right, there are names, last names that have been modified, changed, made fully Bahamian names, like the ones you just described.
Changed some names.
People are having relations, having children together to this very day. Now, I want to say though, and I'm not making excuse for illegal immigration. No, that's something that we must continue to look at. But I want to and deal with. But I totally want to say as well, while we row and kick up and fight and do cartwheels over Haitians, there are so many other nationalities here that are just as big, and their only other difference they don't necessarily depend on us, mix with us, or have anything to do with us. They employ y'all.
We don't like black people, really. We treat Haitians the way they are because we really don't like black people. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I do hold the lie. I don't care if you don't like what I gotta say, but it's a racist thing. Bahamians, we don't like too many people, right? And because we're a clannish country, but I mean, Haitians got their issues because they bring their culture and we don't like their culture.
Yep.
The issue is that for us, though, we got to be very, very careful because we don't know who's sitting next to us. The person at your work desk, they may be a Smith, but they may be Haitian descent. Because from the 1800s, from Stephen Dillard, the folks, the Dillards, and so on, all of them have been intertwined for years. The whole entire Salina Point was started by a shipwreck of Haitian migrants, the whole of Salina Point. So, I mean, at which point do we start to do the dissection, though? I understand the illegal immigrant problem we got to fix.
Absolutely.
If you come here to the Bahamas illegally, we will send you home. We don't tolerate illegal immigration. But you see, in the Bahamas, though, the intertwining is so deep that we don't know who's who anymore.
Not anymore.
We don't know who's who anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean, I want to say this, but I can say this jealously or guardedly. There may be more of them than us.
Well, I'll tell you this. What we've got to stop doing, too, is being duplicitous and disingenuous.
Absolutely.
Because when I go and lie and say I know so-and-so and I signed for them and you just give me a few $100s and then I make that happen and I take you to the passport and say yes and I vouch for you and I'm wearing a collar. See, it's all kind of stuff that we do. We play games as Bahamians. You understand? And so it's a lot of different, there's fraud going on. You heard the passport officer. It happens before it even gets to the passport. All the various different documentation that, again, from the JP to this one, to the next one, to the one behind the pulpit, get involved with and signed for and say, yes, they know. And yes, this one is employed here or there. And so let's look at ourselves in the mirror before we doggone continue to just talk for talking's sake. Meanwhile, you all, Ellington, you could speak after I ask this question. Now, we didn't say all that, but is Prime Minister Philip Davis a prime minister who favors Haitians more than Bahamians? I know you all may say, oh, shouldn't he say that?
I thought they was calling him Haitian.
It's a legit question because guess what? He was referred to recently, in fact, this week, I believe, as a Haitian prime minister. And so, as Linton Ritchie spoke with the Prime Minister this week, he clarified his responsibility as the country's leader, and he says it's the best to act in the interest of all residents under his governance, regardless of their background. We already talked about that background, that is so much of this happening. Davis added that while fairness guides his approach, where the laws are broken, it remains his duty to ensure that consequences follow.
The fact that they called me Haitian Prime Minister, I mean, what should I say about that? Bahamian people know me, all right? And I believe I preside over a Christian nation. I'm guided by those godly principles that tells me how I ought to treat people. And the Bible also tells us how we ought to treat strangers in our midst. That's what I'm guided by. I don't think I'm departing from that. I'm the Prime Minister of the Bahamas. I'm a Bahamian.
Well, there's Prime Minister Davis saying he's a Bahamian. Now, Prime Minister Davis, listen, in politics, I think people are saying that because one time, didn't he go somewhere and say, listen, I'm one of you all. We're together. That may have been along the lines of, listen, we are one people. In the side of the world, we are actually one people. You know, but gentlemen, your thoughts to this?
I was very hard on Prime Minister Davis when he did that. I did a TikTok and some social media posts very hard on him, and I will continue to be hard on him when it comes to making sure that you cannot, you have to be very careful. You know that the Bahamas is a very funny, delicate country, and you can't go campaigning specifically in the Haitian community. If they won't be a part of our rallies, then let them come to our rallies. Don't go to them. And so it makes you look bad because you know that it's a sticking point.
But Cassius, can I say something? And I know we need to hurry because Justin is saying, Shanique, hi, you have, I know I need to give you a chance. What I'm saying is, let's look at how politics is now done. This is a different makeup of what the Bahamas looks like now. So if you have this community and that community, Jesus, you see the Chinese as be anywhere BSB. What I'm trying to say is, in the U.S.,
we don't know if there's die in the Bahamas.
What you say?
We don't even know if the Chinese is dying in the Bahamas. You ever see them sick? You ever see them dead?
Stop. Hang on, stop. Go ahead, Ellington. Run. Go. Quick.
Shanique, the Bahamas, we've got to approach these topics with common sense. It's like saying to a president of the United States that's campaigning, you need to stay away from deep South Florida, where all those Hispanics are, where all those people come from Cuba. They're people that directly from Cuba.
Yes.
The Bahamas is growing. Over the years, we've had a tremendous amount of people, influx of people that came here from Haiti. Some are still here illegally. A lot of them are now Bahamians with Bahamians documents. They are Bahamians. They're working in our hotels. They're working in our stores. We're going to the restaurants that they're running. We're eating from them. We're eating there. We're mingling and we're mixing. Cassius, I'm drawing an illusion of how many here. There's tremendous of them that are here are Bahamian. The Prime Minister represents all of them. And if there are a pocket of them in an area where a person that's running for office feel that they could win, I have no problem with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Those are people that need to be represented. They are here and they need to look into it. If they're illegal, we need to make them whole. If they're Bahamian, they deserve every right that me and you have.
The backlash you can get from going there, it's whether or not you can deal with the backlash.
No, but I'll tell you this. Again, a part of the show, Cassius, is to educate, mute his mic, because we have to wrap this up real quick. A part of this, what my responsibility is to educate us and lift us, man. We can't remain there. Because when you want a nation that's built and I just had a man from South Florida, not sure, he has an accent, so I'm not sure of his origin, but he's coming here to build and invest. Don't you think other foreigners can follow him from any other part of the world? And we welcome them. So we've got to now build a nation that looks a bit different than it did 52 years ago. Let's continue doing that smartly, responsibly, and intelligently.
And discourage this dual community thing.
Beyond the headlines, Cassius, I know you want to talk, but Justin telling me that I gotta wrap up. You know how he goes. Beyond the headlines is back right after this.
We have to be mindful that as much as we want touristic development, what impacts the fishery? Over coastal development, destruction of mangroves, overzealousness of the industry. We have a new movement called do-it-yourself fishing. That is anglers who come to the Bahamas, they don't engage in hiring a guide. Because of this approach, you are going to have people who are going to exhaust the resources.
This is an industry that's preserved. It should be for Bahamian guides only. We have the DIYs coming in here and they're destroying our flats.
We try not to overfish certain areas, so we'll fish a certain area and we'll back off for a while because we don't want the fish to feel too much pressure.
It's not just using the buzzwords of the environment and the ecology. The tourists can be educated that the more you support local ownership, people are doing it obviously the right way, the more the economic circulation in the communities.
I think the most critical thing is accountability, and that accountability by way of legislation, both the Act and regulations to govern fly fishing in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
I look at conservation efforts and the regulation that I've seen to protect the industry that's in the developed world. All of those jurisdictions have implemented strong regulation to protect their fisheries. We are way behind, but we do have a movement and a consciousness. We know where we need to be. Those are our resources, and we have to make an exerted effort to protect it because that's the only gift that we have been given. And if we don't protect that, then we lose everything.
Building the lodge, I understood clearly the mission to continue what my father started. From this lodge, it has served as the headquarters. We finally got legislation passed in 2016, and it legitimized the guiding profession. We pushed to get the program established into BAMSI in the training of the next generation of guides, but it extends way beyond that.
We need more Bahamians in the industry who are doing the research to provide the information to the industry, that is to fishermen and to everybody who benefits from the resources.
We don't know the resources in this country. We grew up just hearing about sun, sand, and sea.
It is going to be through education and awareness, whether it's within our schools, whether it's in our communities, to conserve the environment, that is going to sustain the fly fishing industry.
Well, the future of fly fishing in the company, I think fly fishing is a very, very unique spot. I think it's going to get better because the guides are now being all certified. They're all getting proper knowledge of handling and how to run the whole system.
If you're a youngster and you want to get into this, it's a job like any other job. You got to live it, you got to love it.
young entrepreneurs coming in, you want that kind of interest, you want that kind of drive and desire. You want to carry that. You want to become the product.
Twas the night before Christmas. The stage was set. Big Bang arrived. The biggest yet. Fantasy 5 flashing. Those 5 balls glow. Quick draw. Lotto making winners flow. The island erupting. The cheers grow bigger. Santa laughed out loud. Our balls are bigger. From Moneyland's heart, the truth was clear. At Island Luck, winners live here.
It's an island love Christmas. Joy's in the air. Jackpots are rising. There's luck everywhere. No snow on the ground, just sunshine and cheer. It's an island love Christmas. The best time of year.
Big Bang, December 20th. See you there.
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. 1 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's wonderful having you all tuned in this evening. A big hello to everyone who's watching. My cousin in Atlanta, Georgia, Delta Bevins, thank you so much. You're always watching. You always have so much to say. Listen, many of you all across the United States and even in the UK and Europe, thanks for watching and thanks for participating as well. Hello to you, Delta. It's good to have you here. Now, of course, we're shifting gears. Ian Thomas is here. You know, it's Thursday. You know, Ian is in that holiday mood as well. And so we'll see what he has, one, ahead of the weekend, and of course, for the season. Ian, good evening to you. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you here.
Good evening, Shanique Miller. Once again, you look lovely.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm so happy to be here with you. Tonight is a special night, but we'll talk about that another time. Let me just get right into my spiel. It's special. What's special? I mean, what's happening with the company, your company? Yeah, talk about that. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't want to bring that up. That's something to do with you. So where do I go? Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Bahamas. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. That's 552-0212.
That's it.
That's cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Super.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to be here. Shanique Miller, I was away a couple of months back, and I went and I took my niece and nephews. I love them. Well, I have niece and nephews in the United States and here, so I want to send a shout out to them. Hello, Tyreek and Tyrico. Hello.
Twins?
Peter. No, they are not twins. They're brothers. One of them is hearing impaired. Yeah, one of them is hearing impaired. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's hearing impaired. I love him so much. And you should see when he comes there, he acts like a DJ and puts the headphones on. But he feels the vibration of the music.
Good,
so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I want to say hello to them. And also to little Peter, we call him Pete, and also Destiny. They say they love watching your show.
Hey,
and they say, Uncle Ian, you gonna call my name? I say, yo, I call your name now.
Yeah, you heard that tonight, right?
Yeah, and I can take him to the carnival another time, huh?
Oh, they're visiting?
No, they live here, but I'm going to carry the 4 of them to the carnival in a couple of weeks or something like that.
They'll tax you.
Yeah, man. No, I have a good time. They on good behavior when I take them out. So it's pretty good.
Y'all get everything at every
get
time.
everything. You get whatever y'all want. What $30 could buy.
$30 to get in.
Go ahead. They can't afford that. Yeah, my niece and nephews in the States, I took them a couple of months ago to a zoo. It was a terrible idea. It was a terrible. It was a terrible.
They didn't behave, or the animals didn't behave, or
no,
you didn't behave.
That's what I'm trying to say. It was a terrible zoo. There was only one animal, and it was a dog. It was a shit zoo. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's me who asked.
I know you did, yeah.
Absolutely.
Pre-Christmas sale is now happening at the Athlete's Foot. Boom, boom, ba-doom,
Ian, you
boom,
are
ba-doom.
so silly. Oh my God, it was a Shih Tzu. Oh God. Ian, go.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Shanika's. Sometimes when we leave, I used to be driving like behind Shanika, or in front of Shanika, and I just call her on the phone.
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my God, that's what you meant.
Yeah, Shanika see me like this. Yeah, what you done mean? Hey, listen, it's a pre-Christmas sale. Shanique Miller.
Yes, go
please.
Ahead. Go ahead.
We have to compose ourselves.
I hope you know that.
We're supposed to be intelligent people. Listen, there's a pre-Christmas sale happening now at the Athlete's Foot, where you guys can go on in and you can find something that you'll absolutely love for that special person in your life. You're going to find a gift for everyone in your family. Mom, dad, brothers and sisters and cousins and everyone, family and friends and co-workers, all that good stuff. Right there at the Athlete's Foot. Do you know how many locations the Athlete's Foot has?
Quite a few, yeah. 2.
They got 2.
Yeah.
That's a few.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. The one is located at the mall at Marathon. The other one is on in Carmichael Road in Southwest Plaza. You can get men's shoes and men's apparel. A lot of people don't know that you can get clothing down there. And all of this stuff has been discounted. So you can go down there and grab a pair of sneakers that special person always wanted. And remember, you'll find only strong, durable, and stylish kicks with matching apparel on display in both locations. Because there's only one place, like I always tell people, there's only one place that you guys want to go for the number one choice when it comes to footwear in the Bahamas, and that's the Athlete's Foot. So whether you're hitting the gym or you're stepping out for a night on the town, or you just need some fresh, clean pair of everyday shoes to mull around in, you want to go to the Athlete's Foot because they have the latest styles for men, women, and children in brands that you like Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Puma, Reebok, New Balance, and so much, much more. You can also, they also wanted me to remind everyone, right now in the Southwest Plaza, they have great deals going on. You can get 50% off and on certain items, and they have extended hours for your shopping convenience. There's also gift cards available, so in case an individual doesn't know what to get for somebody, they can say, here's a gift card, you go ahead and you knock yourself out, and you can choose whatever you want and you desire. The new Air Jordan 11, that's the retro, called the Gamma. I'm not familiar with that. I'm sure my niece and nephews there know about that. The Gamma, they've just hit the shelves. So go down there, don't wait, swing by Athlete's Foot before all the great deals are gone and take advantage of their extensive line of sneakers that have just arrived. You want to know where to find them? Like I said, you can find them at the mall at Marathon, also in the Southwest Plaza, Carmichael Road, and give yourself or that special person in your life a gift of style and comfort from the Athlete's Foot. Also, a brand new company I haven't spoken about. This is brand new and here. Square One Discount Outlet. A lot of you people online, you probably can find, you've probably seen them as you peruse your social media. Square One Discount Outlet. They've been in business for 5 years. They have all the appliances that you need. And all the appliances, I want to let you guys know, are warranty backed. So even though they're pre-owned, so they sell pre-owned appliances. Even though they're pre-owned, you can find washing machines starting as low as $399, dryers starting as low as $350, and refrigerators starting as low as $350. They also can import brand new and open box appliances for those who want a special order. So go in and just ask for a quote. They're located on the main Carmichael Road, just 3 buildings west of BFM. No one has better prices on appliances than Square One. And now you can find the best appliances on sale. Like I said, washing machines, dryers, and refrigerators. I saw some nice stainless steel, saw some in black also. And you can also put bundles together and you can get all these appliances at US prices. So if you have a rental property, an Airbnb, this is ideal for you guys to furnish your units at a fraction of the cost. You can even take your existing appliance, bring it in and trade it for an updated one that's percolating properly and more energy efficient. So call them right now, 325-0369, 325-0369. You can call them or WhatsApp them one more time, 325-0369. I think it's a great idea that they did. They sell pre-owned stuff So in case you don't want to, you don't want to shell out all the big bucks for brand new, but everything is warranted. So you have that.
And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with pre-owned.
Definitely,
particularly if they have refurbished it nicely
and probably serviced it.
Yeah, buy away.
Yeah, and if you have something and you say, you know what, I want to upgrade what I have right now. I can't go online and sell it to somebody. You can take it right down there, trade it in, get yourself something more up to date and probably more aesthetically pleasing. And just have your place looking nice, whether it's your home, your Airbnb, or apartment. So go check out Square One Discount Outlet right down Carmichael Road, 425-0369. Great company. So glad I'm able to work along with them. The Honorable Zane Lightburn. I live in the East, and he's my MPA. He's my MP. I live in the East. He's up there. He wants to remind his constituents of Yamacraw that they can count on him. He's committed to helping the people that he represents, and he also wants to remind them that his doors are always open. So you individuals who have any concerns, you can always go there and talk with him or one of the people who are representing him and have a good conversation. And, hey, this is what I'm having problems with, and they'll try to help you out.
I love the fact that they are reaching out to you. MPs, y'all come sit here. Of course, this the election season, so you all know. But the thing is, actually, he's a family member, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, then. That's good. Say no more. Call your cousin then. He's assisted many. Yes. He's assisted many young people in finding job opportunities, and he says that he doesn't plan to stop that anytime soon. He wants to help anybody of employment age to go out there and give them some kind of gainful employment. He doesn't like to see young people wasting their time and wasting their talents, and that's so important to him. Those living in the area, has seen a lot of improvement that he's done to the parks, like Colony Village Park. I used to live in Colony Village. He's done some stuff there with the bridge and everything. He's repaired that. He's done some painting and make sure the guys go out there with their lawnmowers and their weed whackers and have the place looking good. He has a nice cleanup program with the guys picking up all the trash. And I don't want to say guys, it seems sexist, but the people, the workers, because there's ladies out there also giving up their time. He's painted the rims, painted the rims and the backboards down there at the basketball court. And in some instances, he's even gone ahead and replaced those rims and backboards because it's a great outlet for kids. Now they can have a place to come together and congregate, and it's nice and it's safe, and all the nice seating is done, proper lighting. His cleaning efforts have also not gone unnoticed. He has the huge tractors come through, pushing back all the bushes so residents can feel safe when they're walking or exercising in the evening time. Shanique Miller loves to exercise, so now you can feel safe walking that around.
LOVE,
love exercising. Yeah, so down there, I like what he's done by the down there by the Yamacraw Beach. They got rid of those trees and they put some nice big trash bins down there. Also, some nice seating down there. Also, with the wall, they help reinforce the walls and the mirrors, because sometimes it's dangerous when individuals are trying to reverse onto the road. So they got some mirrors there where people can see in all the directions. So a lot of things is happening in the East. He also wants me to say that he's still working with the proper authorities to remedy the stray dog issue that's plagued the eastern part of the island for a long time. Yesterday, I saw a young boy run in, and this dog was just chasing him. I had to get my car to try to get in between them. That was crazy. So you people who have dogs, I know I go on a little bit off track, please try to, if you don't have the proper restraints and the gates and everything to keep them, do something different. Don't have no dog, because you have people walking by, elderly people
walking,
elderly people and young people trying to exercise, or just little kids walking on the road and their little scooters. Please get yourself sorted out with that. He's launched the Yamacraw Hydroponic Agricultural Program that many people have received training and certificates with.
You're still talking about Zane?
Yeah, man. Zane do all these different things, man.
Okay.
He carry on dead, but and the youth opportunities to advance themselves in technology, coding, and digital problem solving. So Yamacraw is looking so much better right now with all the regular garbage pickups and the debris removal. That's happening down there. You can always find him and his team out doing walkabouts and canvassing the area. And I'd like to say shout out to, her name is Manasseh Dames. She's working along with him, and also Dawn Brown. I love these two individuals. Someone had knocked down my fence, and those guys, they got together and they brought a team out there, put down the new fence.
They fixed your
and they fixed my fence. Yes. I said, man, listen, come on, you got to help your boy out, man. And they fixed my fence and they did it. And I'm so happy with them.
Now, who was my MP? Because what's going on?
Fix these people's fence. So the Honorable Zane Lightman, man, listen here, you're doing an incredible job. Keep it up. And the people of Yamacraw, they say they love you. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy, because you're doing the right thing. Also, I want to let you guys know the minoxidil. They were all out of the minoxidil. The minoxidil is back right here. Mm-hmm. It's to repair hair loss, bald spots, and regrow your edges. They're now only $34.95 for the bottle. Get those, ladies and gentlemen, who have a problem growing your edges or who have thinning hair. This is ideal. You guys out there getting bald spots or trying to grow a beard, but it's coming out patchy. This grows your hair. You'll see some results within about 2 to 3 weeks. You'll see some results, and you keep on going, and you achieve the look that you're looking for. So give me a call, 552-0212. 552-0212. That's the minoxidil. It's a wonderful thing. Also, the airbed. This is in case you have some guests coming over, this airbed is ideal for that. It's a nice blow-up bed, not like the ones back in the days. This is strong and durable. These are, let me make sure, these are $275. Ideal if you're having some guests come over and they can have some place to sleep. You don't have to sleep on the floor no more. You can get that done. Also, what I want to let you guys know is I want to talk these solar powered lights. It's the street lights. They're only $175. You can put them on your house.
Each or set?
Yes, $175 for the street lights. They're for one, right? So they're 6,500K solar street lights, outdoor motion sensor.
Those are very.
Yes,
those are so good.
Motion sensor.
I've been looking at them.
Street lights, waterproof, parking lot, dusk to dawn with remote control. So you can turn them on and off. That's incredible. You're having a party? Yes, they just brought these in. You can get the bundle pack of the 500 glow bracelets and 40 glow glasses. So you can have that if you're having a party, a nice glow party for the young people or even for yourself if you're not so young. A lot of people have been calling about this, the 27-gallon storage bins. These are now on sale, $25. People are always looking for storage, and maybe you might be living in an apartment or someplace you say, you know what, I got to get this, get my room or some things organized. These storage bins come in handy, especially you people who's traveling to the States. You know how handy these are. The storage bins are only $25. They are very strong, very, very strong.
People still use those bins to travel?
Yes, man, yeah, because they're strong. People can't mash up the things. When those guys in the back, you know, the guys who bringing it through, you can't mash them up. Let your room come alive with the best quality sound bar, the subwoofer with the bass. $349, hook it up to your television. You have that nice strong bass sound. It's wonderful. Let me do it like that so you see better. Yeah, so that's great. That's the subwoofer. Also, blackouts, no problem anymore. You guys heard me talk about this product in the past. It's the Jackery. It's the Jackery generator. It can be used indoors. So now when the electricity's out, you can power your TV, your fan, your refrigerator, your cell phone, your laptop. It's an indoor generator, no emissions. No emissions, that means no gas, no fumes. How it works, you plug it in when the electricity is off, boom, then the electricity comes on, it stores its own power, and now you have electricity when everybody else power off. So this is great. $2,375. Give me a call, 552-0212, 552-0212. Shanique Miller, love exercising. Shanique Miller, this for you. No gym needed. Get your steps in no matter the weather outside. The portable treadmills, they're here. Only $349. It's nice and small, not like those big ones.
Yes.
This is ideal for you, and you can have it right there in your home. Only $349. This is a great product.
Is it anything to hold on to in front or?
Yeah, yes, they do have the one with the hold on button, and then there's one where it doesn't have the bar. You are absolutely right, Shanique Miller. Also, people have been asking about the Jimarito Eye Honey. You're dealing with any vision problems, blurriness, floaters in your eyes or anything like that. Some people who are dealing with cataracts and glaucoma, you get the drops. It's natural bee honey. You put it in your eyes, boom, twice a week, and your vision starts to clear up. That's $75. The Jimarito Eye Honey. Get your vision sorted out.
For that.
Yes, that's incredible. And also, lastly, the bully pill. Everyone's been calling about the bully pill. It's Christmas time. Go ahead and if you know somebody who has a penis, just tell them about the bully pill. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. It's a wonderful product, and it's going to make you and your partner have a wonderful time. It's 6 pills, all natural. You drink some water, take the pill. Half an hour later, you're ready to go. Come here, honey. I love you. You little cute self. Ooh, baby, I want to be with you later. So you're gonna have a wonderful.
You forget what your TV is.
Get the bully pill, man. $55 for a bottle of 6. It's all natural, so it won't interfere in your diabetes medicine or your hypertension. I gotta get out here because I hear the music. Shanique Miller, thank you so much for having me here again this evening.
Ian Thomas, always a pleasure. Always. Doesn't he just go on and on? Because I forget that he forgets there's a TV, and I think that he just kind of forget that for a moment. But it's good. It's good. People rave about the bully pill. I don't need to know the details. Thank you very much. Ian Thomas, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Ms. Miller.
And thank you very much, of course, to my panelists who were spot on. I hope we gave you sufficient, and we'll come back tomorrow as well, but some good information about that smuggler's bill. You go and do your own research. Read, decide for yourself, okay? But make an informed individual decision. I thank you all so much for tuning in this evening. Certainly been awesome having you along. Also to my team in the back, thank you guys very, very much. Until tomorrow evening, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a blessed night, y'all.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited,